Okay. You gonna keep your
Officially
glasses on?
recording. I
Gonna keep
I could take them off. I was keeping them
No, I
on,
was just
like I
asking
said, to
cause what you
protect
were
my
saying.
eyes from the blue light. Right, but
Okay, for
it's
sure.
like it was picking up my other monitors. Is it
Right.
distracting?
No, 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 I'm good. So
Okay.
welcome everybody. Welcome to the Two Sporty podcast officially. You know what I mean?
Sporty.
We jumping off with this right here. This is your host Tootie with our co-host. I'm gonna let her introduce herself.
I'm a
We're gonna
little
get it right.
sporty. What we
Yes, a
gonna
little
identify
sporty.
me by when we on this
Right.
podcast?
That's right. So you put it together as Two Sporty. So now you know. There it is. So yeah. Tootie man. Clarence Anderson, Clarence D. Anderson the second, you know. A lot of them know me as Lil Nona. Been a little street name, so we're gonna come up tell you about how we come up with this brilliant idea for this podcast we're kicking off right here, right?
Right.
So yeah, government Clarence D. Anderson. You know, I'm the second actually named after my pop. You hear me? And so he is Noonie and I'm Tootie. So he call us Lil Noonie. All his buddies call us Lil Noonie. But I'm known as Tootie, you know, throughout worldwide. Y'all already know, yeah, it's worldwide. Yeah, Tootie. That's what it is. So in coming up with this brilliant idea with my co-host, you know, we just want to jump out of the gate and do something, you know, get this thing going. We both novice, but we're gonna get this going and we're gonna get it off the ground, right? And so I'm kind of quick on my feet with pretty much everything. I'm pretty good with nicknames and giving people little names and you know little slangs and things like that. So it just dawned on me, you know, little Sporty. I gave her a name, little Sporty. I guess about a week, 2 weeks ago or something like that. And then we would come up with this bright idea of doing a podcast, like you know, Too Sporty. And then that's it. That's basically it. She took it from there and ran with it. That's my side of it. I'm gonna let give y'all her side.
So, as you heard, Lil Spody, that is a name that he gave me. And that's what I'm going to identify by. Especially when we're on this podcast. You never know, it might be a hit, and people may know me outside of just being here talking as Lil Sporty. But my name is Rosalind. I go by Rara outside of Rosalind, and I got the name that I have because my little sister couldn't sing Rosalind, and the best that she can come up with was Rara. So we ran with it, and that's the abbreviation of my name. And the whole thing, we're introducing ourselves and we're talking about, how we get here. We basically got here because it was a conversation, something that we was talking about, and it was interesting, and we took off, and here we go.
Right, right, right. So there it is. And so now that's a little bit of backstory about how we got started. Y'all might see me look up and look around every now and again. I have my TV on and things like that. And I'm always checking my surroundings. Just something I do. Again, so yeah, uh, um, we're gonna do impromptu. Really no subject matter that's hardcore right
At
at
this
the
moment.
moment. We was just chopping it up earlier, you know, about a few things. So we may revisit that. And then whatever comes to mind, we can go. Anything you want to talk about, a little spoiler that come off the top of your head right quick.
I don't know
Just gonna
because
run
so
with it.
initially, we was chopping it up about this whole name thing and your birth given name, right? Versus
Right,
the name that you kind of identify by that you answer to versus
right,
you having a new name that everybody learning to identify you by that name or whatever. And it was a topic conversation because of a recent experience. Like I said, my name is Rosalind, right? That's
right,
not a new name. That's a name that's been around for generations after generations.
for
There's an
sure,
abbreviation to that name. Most people who are named Rosalind, they identify by Rod. I do not.
for sure.
You may see some people call me that. You may hear a few people call me that, but that does not necessarily so mean that that's what I identify by. Because just because you heard somebody call me that outside of my presence, don't mean once I enter the room that that's what you can call me, right?
Right, right,
And so, like, the whole point of it is just take your time to get to know a person. Take your
for
time
sure.
to learn, who they are. And even if it don't take time, you could just simply ask. It's a straight up direct question.
Right,
Like, what would you like for
right,
me to call you? Like, Your name is Rosalind. I don't really want to call you that. Is there anything else that you would like for me to call you versus just making the assumption and
Right.
assuming that people who named is Rosalind are called Roz and they identify by that? So that was just a topic of conversation because it's a recent experience that just had me like, why would you think that it's okay to address me in that way when I introduced myself? I said, hello, my name is Rara.
Right. Right. For sure. For
Just
sure.
like how we introduced ourselves here on this show. If I say, hello, my name is Lil Sportie, how we doing today? And then somebody jump on here and they be like, what's up, Sportie? I clearly said my name was Little Sportie, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's
For
your
sure.
take
For
on
sure.
that? How do you feel about
For
that? Because your name is Clarence, like you said, but you identify or abbreviate by Tootie.
Yeah. So that's a good segue. So yeah, my name is Clarence. You don't find many people in my age bracket with that name. You know, that's kind of a older folks' name. And so I used to get picked at a lot back in my day, as a jit about my name. And I actually, crazy thing about it is, either yesterday or the day before yesterday, I was talking with one of my customers, and her son's name is Clarence, and we wound up doing a conference call, and so she was like, hey, Clarence, Clarence, you know. So anyway, wound up saying CJ, this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah. Woo, woo. So to piggyback off that, back to my story, yeah, Clarence was kind of rough coming up. Later on, I learned to appreciate my name, even though it's there's more backstory to it that we'll get into later in some of these podcasts and stuff. But that's the name I was given, and so my mother, from what I understand, the way Tudor came about, which I love, everybody called me that, and so that's kind of, second nature when people see the Tudor. Few of my buddies call me Clarence. They be funny with it or whatever. Some of them just call me that. So I like my name. It's respectful. I take it as nothing but respect when you call me Clarence, young, old, whatever, however that goes. But Tudor is just what I'm just gonna show enough recognize anytime you be anywhere I hear Tudor. Now there are about three tutors, maybe even four tutors run around the city that I know of. But I'm the original. I'm the one and only. I'm the tutor. You hear me? So we're gonna get into that. So how that happened is, my mom named me Tutor, and I think the story I got from her, if I'm not mistaken, I gave her a pretty rough time in the delivery room, and I think she was trying to give herself over to the Lord or something to that effect, and didn't want to do much cussing. Somehow Tutor comes. Somehow then, and I wound up with
Okay,
Tutor. So it's
so
a stick.
instead of saying you mother, it's
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I think that's the story I got from what I can remember. And so as that went along, of course, it's actually, if you're of age, I'm 47. So if you're of age, they say tutti frutti. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I never did
that was a
dig that.
candy,
It was
wasn't it?
okay when I was a kid. It was okay,
Right.
you
Well,
know.
Tutti
And
Frutti,
so
that's
as
a
I got
candy
older,
now,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So the tutti frutti, they started, playing with the name and stuff like that, doing all the other stuff. I'm an alpha
They
male, so
started
they
playing with
started
the
playing with the name and
rainbow.
all. You
I
dig what
got
I'm
you.
saying? So yeah. Way years back before the rainbow even come out, they started playing with it. And so I tell people now, just simply because I have homeboys that come up out the dirt with me. I tell them you have to, and I've been saying this for 10, 15 years or better. You have to have known me for 20 years or better to call me Tutti Frutti. That's just how that go. You can't just meet me and call me no Tutti Frutti. So no. Tutti, it's fine. I love it. It's all good. I even went with another moniker, Little Boy. I started calling myself Little Boy. And that, hold on, you may know me by Little Boy, so you can hit me with the Little Boy. So yeah, so Tutti is what I go by. It's all respect. It's all love. Clarence, it's all respect. It's all love. So it's all good. I do identify as that. Um, so yeah, I get what you're saying about calling you Roz and just taking it for granted because they heard somebody else call you Roz. I got a buddy,
Right.
my homeboy tweeted he called me Tutti Frutti every now and again, and a couple of other my homeboys that's at the reunion at 2502. Shout out to the 2502 Whole Street
They're
reunion. You
hanging
understand
out.
what I'm
We
saying?
supposed to be
Yeah,
there, you
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying?
But
But hey,
had
that's a
different
new
plans,
hood.
man.
Hold on, people.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to work today, man. You know what I mean? So I had a 5 o'clock appointment that wasn't home. It was a no show, and when I called them, they said they'd be home around 6, so I went at 6:30. So that's the story why I'm not at the reunion. And after that, we wanted to go ahead and jump on this podcast and get this jumping. So yeah, so back to the so yeah, taking it for granted and just calling you, loosely by names and stuff. Yeah, that can be offensive to some. It don't offend me too much. But the tutti frutti, now you ain't finna call me no tutti frutti. You know what I mean? You call me tutti
Right.
all day. Yeah, you
But that
call me tutti all
goes
day. It's all cool.
that kind of goes back to it, right? So like I hear that your name is Tootie, right? I've
Yeah,
heard Tutti Frutti, so I just choose to call you Tutti Frutti. I just met you and I don't know you that well. I'm trying to get to know you, right? But I've
right,
heard your
right,
name is Tootie because that's what you tell me your name is, even though I know your name is
right.
Clarence as well. But I take the initiative to say, hey, what's up, Tutti Frutti? You feel me? And then you feel some type of way. You looking at me like, who? Wait,
Yeah,
hold up, stop.
yeah,
That's not
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
name. Don't
yeah.
call me that. I don't identify by
Pause.
that. Da da
Yeah,
da
yeah,
da. So like I just
yeah.
feel
Pause.
like
Yeah,
that was kind of the same reflection that I had. Like, wait, that's not my
yeah.
name. Like,
Def,
that may be what some people identify by. That may be what you heard others call me. But at the same
yeah,
time, you don't know that that's what I like to be called. And I guess that's just the
right.
background of it. Is just find out what that person wants to be called by and
Yeah,
get comfortable with them before making a, or even if, okay, so say it could have been an honest mistake. Say I could have just assumed, as my mom always told me, don't make an assumption because when you make an assumption, you make an ask yourself.
they
But
got to
there's
see
gonna
it.
be
So right.
times in life where you just made an assumption and now here you are
It's a
asked,
general
right?
assumption. Right. Yeah, yeah.
Right. So say for example, I just assumed that it was okay to call you that, right?
Hmm.
But then in that moment, once you hear me say it, you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like I like you, but don't call me that. All I could do is respect it, right?
Right.
That's all I could do is just take that as if that was your way of addressing me to readdress the way that I addressed you so that we
Yeah.
can
Right.
move forward and be at
Yeah.
peace
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Absolutely. Respect is due to a dog. So if we keep that baseline, we can learn to respect each other. It shouldn't be hard to address somebody the way they want to be addressed. I mean, it's
No,
simple.
and that's why I
Um,
brought up the whole assumption. Like I could have
right.
assumed
Right.
that this was
Right.
okay. And in the moment
Yeah.
that I did it and I realized that you wasn't okay with that, then all
Yeah.
that I could do was respect. Okay, now I know. And now that I know,
Right,
moving
right.
forward.
And so we all guilty of it. It's just a
Right,
generalized
right.
assumption. We
It's
do it.
generalized
Yeah,
conversation,
yeah,
generalized
yeah,
moment,
yeah,
generalized.
yeah.
Let's just talk about some things that, in my fact, it really just to me goes back to perception. Because
Right.
this topic or any other topic could fall into perception where
That's true.
it may have
That's
been
true.
said one way, but then I perceived it in another way. When if we talk about it,
Right.
we'll get to a better understanding.
Yeah. Talk about it and move past it. Two grown people to be able to build and dialogue about it. But yeah, back to that. I want to give a shout out to the other tutors though. I mentioned them. Um, one of the tutors is City Dumps brother out of Pine Ridge, south side of Tally, you know what I mean? And then the other one is to the little older head. He does the retail, sell clothes and things like that. I can't recall his real name, but he's an old head OG. That's a homie. So shout out to y'all, man. The tutors run around here in Tallahassee, you understand? Big shout out to y'all. Um,
We
and shoot,
love
shout
telling
out to
people
my
where we
family.
at.
Yeah, 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 yeah. But I mean, where they going? Yeah, okay, yeah. So anyway, shout out, shout out to my folks, man, my family, man. I want to shout out to my family and all that good stuff. And so yeah, we don't have no ops and all. They
No, no.
ride around.
I mean, you don't.
No, that's
Okay,
just a
so
joke
listen, I'm gonna
among
tell you
me.
something about the
It's a
opposition.
joke
Something
among
that
me.
I learned and I experienced about the opposition,
Yeah,
and is sometimes you don't know who your op is.
that's true. And just to piggyback off that, I don't want to cut you off, but I want to say it while it's fresh. Must be a prophetic prophecy or something like that. So check it. I was looking at Facebook today, and it was showing quote unquote the homies addressing each other, seeing each other, So the post goes to about like what you were saying. So one guy was pulling up in the car with this runner down. There's two of them in there, and they slump. They ride and they slide through on the slab, and so they are addressing another homeboy. So they opposite directions, and the other homeboy is in the car by himself. Now, mind you, one car has two guys in it, then the other car has one guy in it. So the car with the one guy in it, you can see from his visual actually inside his car as if you were a passenger, and he's speaking to the other guy through the window. But what it is he got a pistol at the door where you can't see it. It's inside his car at the door, just right above the armrest at the door. So if he squeezed the trigger, it'll shoot right through the car, shoot through both cars, and shoot the dude, right?
Mhm.
So the post said, you never know who your friends are. Something to that effect. I have to go back to it, but it's just like what you were saying. You never know who your ops are, basically. He
Mhm.
was speaking to the guy. Something like just because they're speaking to you don't mean you're a friend or something like that. So it
Mhm. I
goes
mean, they
to the
have your
ops
best
thing. They
interest
could
at
could
heart.
be an op
Yep.
right there in front of your face. You won't even know it. You know what I mean? Op,
Yep.
as they call it, opposition, enemy,
Yeah.
hater, whatever. I'm a little old school. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna use these words for the younger audience, op and all that other good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm an old head. Haters. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Um, um,
The opposition.
Clowns. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's
Them are clowns, haters, just people up to no good, bad energy.
snakes in the
You know what I mean?
grass. And
Yeah, just
speaking of
bad
that,
energy.
I heard a song today. I can't even. Matter of fact, the song was called "Enemies," and he said they used to be my friends, now they my enemy, but I keep them close like they
Close.
family.
Yeah, that got like their family. That's
And
right.
when
That's
he
right.
said that, because you remember they always the old saying like keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
And it's
And he
close.
was like, they
That's
used to
right.
be my friend, and now they my enemy, but I keep
Enemy.
them close like they family.
Mm-hmm. Got to.
Yeah, I was
Got
like,
to. They'll
damn,
show
that
you how
was a
they move.
bar.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
a bar
they'll
just
show you how
then.
they
Now.
move. Uh-huh. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah. But yeah, audience, future audience, this is going to be a no, my boss calling, so I'm gonna have to take that later. So yeah, future audience, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a wide array of topics, So again, most of it's gonna be impromptu for the time being, till we get it all structured and carried out like we wanted to, and organizing things. And then we have subject matter, bullet points, you know what I mean, um, all that good stuff. But call in. We have a hotline where y'all can call in and share your thoughts on the subject matter while we go live, where we incorporate all of that. Uh,
Or I didn't mean to
uh,
cut you off. They could give us a topic to
yeah,
talk about. They may like our thought frames,
right.
male, female thought, and be like, "What y'all feel about this topic?" Like, feel free to drop a topic on us to talk about it. We ready for it.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely gonna be an interactive type thing. So we're gonna interact with our audience, here, local, abroad, whatever, however, you know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna have it all together. Little Sport, I'm quite sure gonna take the lead and the run on that there, a little more organized and business savvy than I
No,
am.
I
You know
appreciate
what I
it.
mean?
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, yeah, I'm more on the I guess the vocal side.
Yeah,
So
he's a talker.
I'm
He is the
yeah,
talker. I can talk, but he can talk. So,
yeah, I like to share information. So what it is just to give you a little insight, right? So I like to share information. So I've been studying and things and doing some researching and stuff for like the last 7 years. I actually found out that learning is fun. Learning is actually fun.
fundamental and it's
And
fun.
then it's fun and it's fundamental. But it's actually fun when you can expand your mind and then you come out of that tunnel, uh, you take the top off, and you escape. You know what I mean? You stop being bottled up, and you use your God given or whatever you believe in. You use those talents, your netter, the netter rule. You use what's naturally given to you, which is your ability to think, to reason, things of that nature. And so, yeah, so we getting into those things. And so I like to talk a lot because I was raised a certain way. Kudos to my people. Much love to my rock. Um, I'm gonna just say it like that, to my God, uh, Clarence David Anderson Sr. My other part of my rock is my goddess, Geneva Linnell Moore Anderson, you know. Um, The reason I said that I don't want to lose y'all is that she told you I could talk, so I'm gonna give you a little bit of God is what you can conceptualize God as. Then if you understand anything about the definition of God or the concept of God is one who can give and take life. And Geneva and Clarence Anderson gave me life. I came through her birth canal. I came through Geneva Anderson's birth canal. Uh, she was feeding and nurturing me for 9 months before I got here. And as soon as I got here, the first thing I nurtured and did was it suckled from my mama. You get what I'm saying? I had to learn everything else, and I'm gonna teach y'all. I'm gonna get y'all deep into this. Some of the stuff I don't want to get too deep, but I didn't have to be taught to cry. I didn't have to be taught to grieve. I didn't have to be taught to suck a nipple. All that stuff was natural. Everything else, pretty much, I had to learn. So I'm gonna give a shout out to that there. And so, when I started studying and reading and watching videos and all this other good stuff, I allowed myself to open my mind. And when I did that, I found some more knowledge. Not to say that the knowledge that I know and I was raised on the fundamental, the bottom line, not to say that none of that is wrong, but it's just like a house. You have a foundation and then you build on that house. You don't live on the foundation. You don't sleep on the foundation. You're not protected by the foundation. You got to have walls. You got to have a ceiling. You got to have a roof. These type of things. You get what I'm saying? The foundation is what everything is predicated upon, what it's set upon, what it's gonna stand on. I stand on my foundation, I stand on my square, but I can still learn and I can still build on the foundation on the square. I can still put up walls, 2x4s, 4x6s. You get what I'm saying? I can still lay bricks, mix mortar, all that good stuff. Yeah, I was taught that kind of stuff. A lot of y'all youngins don't know nothing about this. I'm losing y'all with that. But anyway, it has a point. It's a methodology to the thing. So yeah, I allowed myself to start thinking, and I think they call it free thinkers or something other like that now. I still believe in what I believe in. A lot of the stuff I was raised on is real good. Good for the gooses, good for the gander. It worked for them back then, and it still work right now. I believe in respect, morals, um, you know, integrity, respect. That's big. I'm first on respect. You got to respect me to even have a conversation with me. I respect you enough. If you don't respect me, I respect you enough not to deal with you. That's the respect I got. Other than that, I'm gonna give you respect off the bat. That way I can demand respect. So I demand you respect me to even have a conversation with me. So anyway, that's a part of learning this stuff too. So I talk a lot. But that's why I talk a lot because I learn. I'm steady learning. I don't know it all. And I want to share it. I don't want to keep it to myself because it's fun to learn and a lot of this stuff is liberating me and showing me different things. And it'll do the same for others too. Now, you're gonna lose some people, you're gonna lose some friends and all that other good stuff because they're not willing to open up and not willing to change and or even entertain certain things, different knowledge and different understanding. But yeah, that's a problem. And I just want to share as much as I can with my people. Not force nothing on nobody. Just give them a little trinket. Just plant that seed on them. Hopefully they'll get enough sunshine and enough rain, and that seed will grow. And you know, there it is.
And there it is. That's basically what it's for. It's just creating a platform where individuals can speak and share how they feeling, why they feeling that way, or just seek understanding and just have a place just to be yourself. Because I notice, we not the first, and of course we won't be the last people to jump on camera with a microphone and talk, right? But I do feel like we are some people that are just that. We're people that's just here, understanding, figuring things out, and putting ourselves in a position to share with others what we've understood and what we figured out, and give them a platform to share the same with us. And I think
Right,
it's a good thing. I think it'll be a great thing because
right.
like you said about that third eye, that awakening, that seeing, what I'm saying, having the foundation, which you did say like you don't live on that, but you do. You need that foundation. It need to be built and sturdy. Somebody can't take it away, but you have to build on top of it once
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
have it or whatever. But that still goes back to what you said. Like our foundation may be so much different from what we were accustomed to versus to what we are now. So like our foundation may be built off Christianity, but as we aged and as we learned more, our four walls might be built off spirituality.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I like the way
yeah,
you did
so
that. Yeah, I like the way you did
yeah.
that.
So
Yeah,
like
and when we start digging and delving into it and even getting interactions, you will see and realize that it's all a belief system. It's a belief system. And but before the religious side of it, we were spiritual people, you know. We dealt with the cosmos and stuff like that. And we'll get into all of that
right.
because I'm still learning a
Eventually
lot of
as the
it.
conversation goes
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
this is just,
I'm steady
hey,
learning.
how you
Yeah.
doing? This
And right, right, right. And I'm steady learning a lot of it. I don't know everything. Um, there is no, I wouldn't say quote unquote, you know there is, but I wouldn't say quote unquote right or wrong answer. Because
Mhm.
at this stage, what we're doing is just building, we are collaborating, we are gathering information and ideas, and we're going to sort out and weave through it, you know, and we're going to have a bill, what
Mhm.
they call a bill, uh, um, uh, um, a bill.
Mhm.
We're going to exchange information. You're going to speak,
Mhm.
I will speak.
Mhm.
You're going to speak, she will speak. We will speak, they will speak. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? And that's how that is. May debate, may go backwards and forward, but it's all healthy. It's a build.
Yeah,
What
a
it
debate
is
is
going
a
to be.
conversation. To
Yeah,
me, a
yeah.
debate is a
An
conversation. I feel
objective.
like adults should have the ability to agree to disagree. Like that goes back to the perspective. Like I said, like we
Yeah,
could
yeah,
literally be saying the same thing, but we're both looking at it from two different angles. So we're seeing
yeah,
it
yeah,
differently, but we're right here in the same spot. So like I feel
yeah.
like we're creating a platform that
So
allows
the
people
ability,
to just
right, right. And the ability to agree and disagree. We're the only species I know of that we can reason like that, you know? We can actually say, okay, well, I tell you what, this is what I believe. I'm going to hold to it. That's what you believe. You hold to it. And I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to respect your thoughts. You respect my thoughts. And we be
there's the
like that to the
word. The
next
respect.
time we collaborate and we try to build and we revisit.
Mhm.
I think we're the only species on Earth that
They
has
had the
that
ability
intelligence,
to
that
do that.
reasoning, but we
Right.
don't all use it. And
No,
so,
we don't.
but yeah. So yeah, there again, there is no right or wrong answer at this time. No right or wrong response. No right or wrong subject. Look, we wide open. We hit the ground running. You can talk about it. Now we ain't gonna. And I'm a warn. I'm gonna tell you all this. I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian. I'm a dead comedian. Y'all gonna laugh a whole lot mess around with the Two Sporty
So
Show.
give us
You
our
hear me?
last laugh because we don't
So
want to take it too far.
so
We always
so we're
say
not
30
gonna.
minutes. We
Oh,
don't want to drag
okay,
the
so we're
people
not
out.
gonna be on here talking about. I said it's open, but we're not on here talking about killing and stuff like that. Now we ain't doing no game banging and all that stuff.
All
We can
right,
talk
I'm
about
Tupac.
anything
I
on.
ain't no killer. Don't push me.
Yeah, but
All
when
right,
we say that,
Tupac
we don't
says.
mean call up and talk about you just slid on your ops and all that. Yeah, we ain't even do that. That ain't what we doing, you know.
Hey, this is a recorded
No.
line, and I don't know who have access to it.
Yeah,
So don't call me with that. Don't call me with that. Because if somebody else pick it up, it's not my fault.
slide your ass right off my phone. How about you slid on
Clearly.
your ops? You can slide out. You can slide your ass right off my phone, right off right off the
No.
little sporty
And that's
program.
what I'm trying to say.
You can slide out
Don't
right
be
off
telling
our
people
program.
where we at, cause you don't never
Yeah.
know who is the op, and they might be trying to pull up on us. And see, they not gonna pull back where they came from if they pull up.
They mess around. Looking for me, I've been in San Fran, Havana.
I don't even know
The
where that's
yeah.
at.
That part, I've been in San Fran, Havana.
They gonna meet the maker, and I'm gonna have to go see the judge. So with that being said,
So
don't pull up.
yeah, so we just gonna be lovely. We're gonna use this third eye. We're gonna talk and we're gonna build. You know what I mean? Don't let none of our comments, our answers piss y'all off to that point. That shit, you
But you
know,
know what?
we didn't
I ain't
really.
gonna lie. So my mom always said it's best to be pissed off than pissed on. Now you pick
It's
your
best to be
poison.
pissed off than to be pissed on. That's for sure. But some people like to be peed on. You know what I mean?
You
I
are R.
don't like
Kelly, R.
it's a
Kelly.
thing now. I mean, hey, it's a thing now. I mean, it's out there. You know, they doing it. You know,
Let's wrap
and
it
so
up. We at that. We at
yeah,
that mark. We
yeah.
at that mark. Let's
Did
wrap it
it?
up.
Yeah, did it had that little woman he was peeing on her too.
Yeah. So
He done
listen,
peed
y'all. We
on her.
appreciate.
He
Hey,
done peed on
we
her and lost all
appreciate
that
your
money. Now
time and your money. We appreciate your time and your money. But
He
this is
ain't got
it,
no more
y'all.
money, so he can't pee on her no more. Okay, okay,
Thank
let
you
me
for
for real. All
welcoming to Tootie, to to Sporty.
right. Told you we getting it together, y'all. This is live, man. This is impromptu. Yeah. I'm talking about this is all live. We might need to keep that in when we edit it. We might need to keep that as our first blooper. You heard me? Yeah, that's our
We
first
welcome
blooper. You know,
to Sporty. We appreciate your attendance. You can catch us around the world. You know what I'm
for sure.
saying? Feel free to jump in. If you want to be a part of the conversation, you never know. If you talk about it, we might let you talk. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
for
What you
sure,
gotta
for
say,
sure.
Mr. Tootie?
So I guess if we gonna wrap this up, if we wrapping it up, then
We got to.
I'm gonna just say peace to everybody. You know what I mean? To my 2502ians. Y'all be
Okay.
safe out there, man. Y'all be careful. Enjoy yourself, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Show each other some love out there, brother and sisters. Y'all know, and you got kids out there now, man. Show the kids how to love, and
Who they
show
was
them that
trying
we
to
can
take
come
my baby
together.
out
And,
there?
yeah, we can come together. We can still be thug. Listen, listen. I'm old school, so I'm gonna give you this one right here, right? You may see me and hear me and later on and say, okay, well, he's very well spoken and all that good stuff. I'm very diverse. I heard somebody speaking on it today. Um, street sense and book sense. You hear what I'm saying?
You need
So
them
what I'm
both.
trying to say to you, yeah, what I'm trying to say to you is nothing wrong with being a. I was a thug. When I come up, we were thugs. I come up in the Tupac era and Ice Cube and the Snoop Dogg and the Dr. Dre and DJ Quick. And, you know what I'm saying? Magic Mike and Luther Campbell and JT Money, the BIs and Trick and all that, man. I'm talking about real old school stuff. So anyway, we were thugs. And then I think Plies was the newest thing came out. Then they started talking about a goon. I knew I was lost when they first started talking about goons. So anyway,
What's a
but what the
goon
point
to a
is, I'm trying to
goblin?
that part, right? So what I'm trying to say to you, the whole thing is nothing wrong with being well diverse, man. You can be a thug, a goon, or whatever you want to call it, or what they call them now, or whatever you want to call yourself. But you could be two sided. You know what I mean? You should be able to be street and have street sense and get into an environment where it's street number street and be able to survive and take care of yourself and lead up. That's the way you came. Then you should be able to go walk into the White House and have an intelligent conversation. You should be able to go in court and be
Be
able to
able to
speak
articulate it.
with
Yeah.
well dialect. You get what I'm saying? Be able to articulate
You ain't gonna
yourself
survive if you don't have
in a way.
both.
Right. So you ought to be able to do that. So my point is with hanging out the 2502 inches and all that. Y'all be thug, hang out, do whatever you want to do. But give your kids and other stuff another side of it too. Let them see you being interactive, reading a book, doing something like this, starting a podcast, or just joining the podcast or getting on to interactive or positive type communication. Let them see you doing something positive other than some always, negative and bad energy. Give some good energy. Put some good
Cause
energy in the
ain't no
kids'
wrong
life.
with the
I'm not
streets.
gonna
I
tell you
ran
how
the
to do it.
streets.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
but
tell you. And nothing wrong with the street. I'm trying to. I ran in the street for the longest. And so look at me. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I could go and do anything I want to do, and talk and speak to anybody
exactly.
I want to speak to, and I can be understood and I can understand. I can
Yeah.
comprehend and they comprehend me. So anyway, what I'm
Articulate.
saying is just be well rounded. There's nothing wrong with that. Be well rounded, but don't just y'all be safe is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, tap in with us. We're gonna be doing this here. This is um, our initial coming out.
Introduction,
And
and
so
we
yeah,
almost at 35 minutes. They might not
it's
watch
too
us this
sporty
long,
right here,
so
man.
we
This is
gotta
too
cut this
sporty.
off.
You understand what I'm saying? It's too sporty. Y'all got to admit it already, man. I'm in a black background. I ain't got nothing going on. I asked her, did I need to lighten it up? Let y'all see the black background. She said,
And I
no.
said
Right.
no, no.
That's
They
right.
see too
So
much of my
this might be the new thing.
background. They know
Right.
that I
This
used
might
to
be the
work
new
at
thing.
TMH. You know what I'm saying? They go, that's too
Yeah.
much.
So
That's
yeah,
too
yeah, we
much.
getting it all together. I got my little light and stuff in, but she set it all up for me. This is thanks to her. Anyway, I ain't gonna keep rambling, man, 'cause I can keep going. I think she's trying to end this here. We gonna holler at y'all. We gonna check out. And until the next time, peace. Y'all be safe. Love each other.
Today is a great day to be great. And we'll catch y'all on the next day that we all gonna be great.
Y'all gonna be great.